What's been the biggest challenges you've had in trying to learn audio production for podcast editing?
For sure, going in with no formal training was really hard. Um, there's only so much you can learn on your own. I think that like formal teaching is very important, especially when you're starting out. It's pretty difficult to try and pretend that you know everything when you very much don't. And you have to both not like, lie about your experience, but also present yourself as a professional even when you're starting out. And I think that that's pretty challenging.
That is, and one of the reasons I created this community is I feel that learning on your own, going down the YouTube rabbit hole,
Yeah.
it's very challenging to learn the not the right ways of doing things, but finding people that actually know what they're talking about and can actually teach better ways of doing things as opposed to the people that are on there that are trying to help or think they know everything, but they might have taught themselves or learned less than ideal ways of doing it. And I think that, like you said, getting actual help and training can go a long way. So, where did you turn for to get some of that training, and did it help you quickly or did it still take time?
Oh boy. I mostly still learned on my own, but I did eventually dip into some more formal stuff. I started learning I used LinkedIn Learning. I think it's called now. It was lynda.com at the time, is where I learned Audition and also Reaper. But uh, and also Pro Tools. But for like mostly for Pro Tools, there's a community on Google Groups called Ladio, Ladies in Radio, and they do a lot of meetups and a lot of get-togethers for like discussing best practices and also just like doing edit sessions with their like pieces that they're making. And they had a couple of, hey, I'm gonna teach people Pro Tools, come over to my house sessions, and that was really nice. I also definitely want to give them a huge shout out because they're the reason I learned Pro Tools in the first place and also got a job that required me to learn Pro Tools over Christmas break. So like, yeah, as you said, like having a community, even like an informal community, is really, really helpful and definitely can make a difference in helping with your career or hobby as an audio professional.
How have you continued to further develop your skills once you taught yourself the basics? Are you still going to YouTube? Are you setting aside time to practice? How do you go
Yeah.
about continuing your development?
Yeah, it's setting aside time to practice. We also have there's now an audio Discord where people have discussions about what to do in situations and working together to find solutions for stuff like that. I've gotten a couple of audio like production books as well to just kind of learn the basics. There was a time where I tried working in podcast studios to learn more about engineering work. And that was really helpful and very informative as well. And the people who ran those studios were very nice and patient and very lovely. Especially when I was first starting out, I just reached out to everybody who was in any sort of radio or production. And I was like, can I come to your studio to just like watch you work for a day? Uh, and sometimes they said yes. I don't know if that's a thing you can do anymore.